Hi, welcome in. I'm so excited to talk to you about the Zerona Z6 fat loss laser. I love this laser. It's very safe and effective, and based on what you're telling me about your goals, I think it will be really effective for you too. So we'll start by, I'll show you what it actually looks like. So if you see on the cover here, it is a diode laser. It has 2 fixed diodes in the middle and 4 on the outside, which are movable. The thing about the movable diodes, which we love, is that if we can reach it, we can laser it. That means a lot more possibilities for you because you get 2 20-minute segments. Another aspect of the Zerona Z6 fat loss laser is it's been through many FDA trials and very proven by the FDA to do what it says it's going to do. So not only is this about releasing fat from your fat cells, this will also be very effective for reducing toxins, bringing inflammation in the body down, and just making you feel better overall in general. So when you think about fat cells, you know, we love to hate our fat cells. We've been conditioned by commercials and society and fad diets to think that fat is bad. And in fact, your fat cells are very, very important. They play a very important function in your body, being part of the endocrine system. So they're actually designed to keep you safe and healthy and actually keep your body from having to deal with toxins at that moment that may overtax your system. So when you think about the endocrine system, it's a very fragile balance, and it's responsible for a lot of things that we don't even think about. So one of which being metabolism, which in this case, when we want to shape our bodies, do body contouring, do fat loss, that's really important and in our forefront. But the other things it does, it supports your immune system. More important than ever to be mindful of that, and also hormone production. And I'm not just talking estrogen and progesterone and testosterone. I mean hormones that tell you when you're full, when you're satiated, when you're hungry, hormones that are released when you're sleeping. Overall, your endocrine system does that, and being that the fat cells are an integral part of that, we do not want to kill, freeze, burn, destroy the fat cells. You know, one of the things that the FDA did is under a microscope, they measured what happens when the Zerona Z6 fat loss laser, which is a low-level laser therapy, which is incredibly safe and effective, is applied to target your adipose tissue. So as you can see, right from a microscope at 0 minutes, we see our fat cells. They look kind of like fat and sassy. They're just doing their thing, hanging out. At 5 minutes, keeping in mind that you get 2 20-minute segments with the Zerona Z6, at 5 minutes, you start to see tiny droplets start to release from the fat cell. And at 18 minutes, you see the layer beneath it emerging because that layer has pancaked. Because essentially what's happening is the light from those diodes are penetrating down to the adipose tissue, causing tiny micropores into the cell, and the contents are leaking out. Now, it's very important to know also that the contents are not leaking into the bloodstream. And that's another thing that the FDA loved about the Zerona Z6 and how safe it is. It leaks into the space outside the cell, the interstitial space, which your lymphatic system is totally responsible for keeping clean. So if you imagine the layer you want to get rid of, here's your little fat and sassy layer that's super important to have. That laser light's going to penetrate, so laser, laser, laser. That essentially goes to that because those cells have pancaked. Now the next time you come in, that pancaked level is now beyond microscopic. That laser light again, laser, 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 that goes to that, and so on. Now, during this process, it's important to note that you have about 48 hours before those little tiny temporary pores in the cell close up again.
So can you gain this all back then?
Okay, good question. So you have that 24 to 48 hours for those cells to close back up. We want to do everything we can to have you release everything out of your body. So what happens is that we metabolize toxins, hormonal byproducts, these lipids. We metabolize them through movement. We get rid of them through respiration, urination, defecation. Just normal bodily functions will help to eliminate some of these toxins. but we give you a lot of help along the way as well. Now, a lot of what this is determining on is stimulating your lymphatic system. Most of us have very sluggish metabolisms because our lymphatic system is sluggish and we're not detoxing properly. It's kind of a domino effect. So along with the program that you're getting with your treatments with the Zerona Z6 fat loss laser, we give you step by step the program to follow so you do not gain it back. Because essentially, once all of those hormonal byproducts and toxins are gone, they're gone. But it's like this: if you are in an active gaining type of mode, if you're in an excess for calories, you could gain it back. But I always tell people, you could cut your arm off and still gain 20 pounds. Nothing is 100%. You know, I've had clients in the past who have gone through a tremendous journey with fat loss, surgery, skin revision, everything, and it's absolutely heartbreaking to know what those people go through, and then you see them a few years later and they've gained it back and then some. So even something as drastic and absolute as weight loss surgery or liposuction can be, you can still gain it back. And that's why we find it's very important to give you a whole lifestyle change program. So with our program, I'm just gonna go through, we give you step by step. So you are not left to your own devices, because the Zerona Z6 fat loss laser is incredibly helpful. It is an awesome tool, absolutely awesome tool. But there's also so much more you can do to take control and responsibility for how great are these results going to be and how lasting. So because we're so serious about you keeping those results, we include the Glow Transformation Package with every single Zerona Z6 fat loss laser package. So first of all, we will include in your sessions vibration therapy. We have this really cool tool called a Vibe Plate. You stand on it for 10 minutes and it is total body vibration. Now, the way this works is that it stimulates your lymph fluid to move through your body and mimics exercise. Most of us do not get the exercise we need every day. We're still wired the way our ancestors were back in the hunter-gatherer days. And I don't know about you, but I didn't go foraging for berries this morning for breakfast, right? Did you?
No.
I didn't think so. So when you step on the vibration platform after your Zerona Z6 fat loss laser session, it really cranks up your lymphatic system. They say that an hour on a vibration platform is equivalent to an hour of walking, not cardiorespiratory wise, but lymphatic stimulation wise. And it's really cool because there's a lot of very researched, proven data to show that vibration therapy is incredibly effective. And also for maintaining muscle mass, helping with balance, quite a few other things. Fun fact about vibration therapy, it was actually used in space by NASA and the Russian space program to help astronauts from atrophying during their flights. So if it's good enough for NASA, fabulous. We're happy to use it. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that with every treatment. We also encourage you to get moving. Now, thinking about exercise, you know, it's not always more is better. We want you to do things that feel right for your body. You know, a walk after dinner, yoga, stretching, spin class, you know, whatever you want to do for movement. Try to think, instead of, oh, I have to exercise every day and get a workout and become a gym rat. Yes, we love that, but think, I'm going to do something to move my body every day, because this is a lifestyle. I want you to still be able to do all this stuff into your 90s, heck, I mean, till 100, you know, so think stuff that I can do every day to move my body and be kind to myself. Because we're done being angry at ourselves, shaming ourselves. Yes, cookies are still gonna happen, cake is gonna happen, nights out with beer and pizza still might happen. It's about being real, what you do most of the time. So we want you to get moving every day. Your goal is 15 minutes a day. If more happens, which I have a feeling it will, even better. Then we're going to set a water goal. again, because we're metabolizing all those toxins and yuck out of your fat cells, we want you to flush that stuff out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take your body weight, cut it in half, and that's how many ounces of water a day that we want you to have as a minimum. Now, this isn't just for this program. This is for general health. Most of us are walking around dehydrated. You know, that's when you feel agitated. That's when you're more likely to reach for sugary things because your body confuses dehydration for hunger. And we often reach for sugary snacks because your body's going, oh, I feel so sluggish. I need quick energy. And subconsciously, you know, sugar is going to do that for you. It's science. So don't beat yourself up. It just happens. So we're going to set your weight target and then your water target. So another thing to think about is your body is incredible at adapting and staying alive. And what's going to happen also is during that 48 hours, be mindful of what you're putting in your body, because again, your body adapts. It doesn't know that, okay, they just did this program and they want me to work on those fats and lipids, but she just went and got KFC and picked up a 6-pack. So we're gonna work on these things because that's what she wants. No, your body prioritizes toxins. It always puts alcohol at the top. So during that 48 hours, it's super important to either completely avoid alcohol or be very limiting. And I mean, if you have a glass of wine, a beer, anything, I want you to add 2 additional full 8-ounce glasses of water on top of that to help to flush that out. But going 0 alcohol is even better. But sometimes it doesn't work in our lives. So just adapt to that. Okay. Thinking about also during that time, like more whole, unprocessed, not heavily sugared, not heavily heavy fat, anything like that. Just be nice to your body. Something that's a little more closer to natural. You are going to feel the best on that, and you're going to get the best results. Because again, that window of opportunity is only 48 hours. And you know, this is an investment into yourself. So during that 48 hours, this is your chance to really take control of the situation and empower yourself to do this. And we'll be there every step of the way. The next thing we include in your program, this is called Curva. So Curva is from the makers and creators of the Zerona Z6 fat loss laser. And we love Curva because it is really clean. It's precisely dosed. And what it does is it is a great companion to these treatments because, for one, it has niacin in it, which is a fat emulsifier, which is going to help you break that stuff down that you released from each treatment. Next, some of the ingredients that are very herbal are holy basil and ashwagandha. These are very effective at being soothers for your adrenals, which again are all related to those stress response hormones, yada yada. So this is a great adrenal soother. It is really great for detoxifying, completely getting rid of everything that we release. So you want to flush all of that out. We include this because we think it is very integral to having great results with this. So all you do is you take 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening with food. They're very easy to take. They're small capsules. I've never had anyone had an adverse reaction to it. I always say though, if anything in this has you questioning that it may interact with medications, we have a whole list of medications that we're familiar with it not interacting with. But I always say, as a rule of thumb, always consult your physician if you do have questions. So next on the list that we include is dry brushing. This is one of the little tricks we have up our sleeve that is pretty cool, and it's really an ancient method of self-care and dates back to the ancient Egyptians even, which were actually very cutting edge with a lot of self-care practices, including massage therapy techniques. So most of us has probably gotten a gift basket that has one of these in it. And you probably thought, okay, oh, that's scratchy. Okay, thanks. Well, there's really techniques related to these dry brushes. And this one's new and it's still in the package, but we include this as part of the package with the Glow Transformation Package because it's very effective. So dry brushing is a way that you can every day, in the privacy of your own home, stimulate your lymphatic system. This also is very effective at breaking up like fascia adhesions, little puckers under the surface. A lot of these things are culprits for cellulite, which I don't know about you, but I could definitely use less cellulite. So what we're gonna do is teach you the techniques that you can effectively do a total body dry brush. So this is going to tone your skin, smooth your skin, help to push all those toxins, because think about that again. When you metabolize what we release, you're moving lymph fluid through your body, and this helps to process everything and get it processed through your lymph nodes out of your body. So the techniques that we'll show you, we give you a sheet of paper that gives you a map of exactly how to do this, and we'll run through it once we're done with our consultation here. But it's very, very, very effective. So we recommend working up to doing this twice a day. For the first week, I want you to only do it once a day because you may notice that aside from the actual Zerona Z6 treatments, the first couple times, depending on how toxic you are, and I hate to say that, not that you're toxic, but depending on how many toxins you're releasing along with those lipids, you may feel a little punky. And what I mean by that is like when you get a deep tissue massage and you feel a little stuffy, you feel just a little weird. That's how you could feel after the first couple Zerona Z6 treatments. And you might feel like that if you do too much with dry brushing right away. So that's why we say once a day, at most the first week, then you work up to 2 times a day. And you're gonna do 3 cycles of the whole regimen. Also, to have the best results, we love the idea of using a Epsom salt bath to further detox. If you do an Epsom salt bath, a couple of things to think about. You want the water to be warm enough to really open up all those pores. And you want to use enough Epsom salts. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just regular drugstore Epsom salts are fine. But you want to use around 2 to 2.5 cups even. I know that might sound strange, that might seem excessive, but that little sprinkle we do with that little tube of Epsom salt we get in the gift basket that we got this thing in before, that's not enough. So Epsom salts are a really great way to have that hydrostatic exchange of the pull of toxins transdermally or through your skin, and then you're absorbing all those great trace minerals and especially magnesium that is really concentrated in Epsom salts. So this will help you to further release all that gunk that we're releasing from your cells. And you may find that you're gonna sleep like a baby. You will absolutely sleep like a baby. And I know some people's schedules are a little crazy, but even if you can do this once or twice a week during this process of your treatments, you're going to just feel like $1,000,000. Other things you can do if you have access to a sauna, either infrared or the traditional steam type, that will also help. Steam rooms are great. Anything like that is going to just add to your experience. It's not necessary for your results, but it just adds to your experience. So aside from that, since you are ready to get started, we are going to move on to the treatment room. And what we'll do first is we'll do your before photos that no one sees. They go into your photo file. We're going to do standardized measuring, and then we'll get started. Okay, thank you.